Yogesh Sharma. I'm 51 and I'm managing director of a solar firm, a developer firm called AY Solar Aquasan Kishangarh Private Limited. I've been an infrastructure man throughout my life. It's been three decades, I guess. I was the first to bring alloy conductor to India. I was the first to have a SSF product in India. I was the first company to successfully do such a big project like IT for Düsseldorf exhibition ground. I was the first company which got rehabilitation company, which was the biggest in the world to come to India. But the market was evolving. Money was constrained in India. I was inclined to go into something which is again niche and something unique. I got a bug of renewable because I was always thrilled to see the lifestyle of people who are from Gulf, because they have oil which God has given, and that brings gold and gold plated bathrooms for them. And I was wondering, once the oil goes away, then what? At that time, I got to know that a lot of people who had that deep pockets at that time also were thinking as what I was thinking, and they were thinking of creating an international grid and substitute oil with such a source which is renewable and nothing better than solar. About 5 years back, my homework and my groundwork started. But I was alone. I needed a strong support system as well. That's the time I thought, let me find like-minded people whom within very close circle I could rely and have faith and I could back, or they could back me. I looked around. I found people with association with me directly, indirectly for last about 2 decades or 2.5 decades. And I got two people, beautiful people in the name of Akhilesh Sharma and Ashok Gaur, and we three joined and we formed AY Solar. That's the brief of AAY. But the exposure of international market, the exposure of getting the proper solar product or the plant to be developed was not there. So I thought I should not look in India. I should look at the world where I get the people who have actually done it and done it with good track record. And my idea of business is I strike a chord at the first go, or I don't. And lucky for me came Aquasan.
My name is Carmine Iderola. I'm the president of ASAK Network. It's located in Denver, Colorado. 1983, we founded the company. It's been in business for 32 years.
Yes, looked decent, the track record, what I knew about the company. But the moment I met this gentleman, I don't know, something clicked, and vice versa. I'm sure about it.
When I was initially contacted about the potential of doing a project in India, I was apprehensive. I had concerns about India and about how business has traditionally been done in India. It was not a model that I was particularly interested in immersing myself in. Upon landing in India, we met and immediately felt a connection. It was heartwarming to travel halfway across the world and meet men of like thinking. I was taken in, and then I started doing my due diligence on a project, and it became very clear to me that this was a project that can get done.
I've always tried to go off the track what people have been doing. So I wanted to create a model which is not a run-of-the-mill model. I had a strong view that there would be hundreds of such industries who must be fed up with the way federal structure works, the way nobody listens to them, the way they are being treated like a second grade and third grade in spite of paying from their necks.
We have in Rajasthan state, we have fixed some renewable power obligations which are for discoms as well as other users, and at present for solar it is 1.5%, and it will be increased to 2% in next year and 2.5 year after that. So we have to use these, and it is a mandatory condition for discoms also.
At the end of the day, federal government maybe works slow, but they do have their whip. So I knew that they're going to be imposing all the kinds of penalties to obtain that kind of RPA results. So I touched only those sensitive industries and I started talking to them, and they jumped on that idea that without investment, I'm giving them a green generator.
Personally believe that much of the energy business is going through disaggregated energy production. And this was a disaggregated model using the grid. We construct a solar garden and we can serve anybody in Rajasthan.
We allow open access system and we promote it for better use of generators as well as procurers and third party.
To tap the potential of Rajasthan. So the option is always open. For the open access, you can take the power to different states. You can take the power within the state at different location. That is captive or third party.
This is an open access type of model, and that's very unusual. This is a situation where we have contracts directly with the end users, and we bypass the government and we bypass the discoms.
And they signed, can you believe, 280 megawatts of MOUs were signed by me within a span of about 16 days. And mind you, they are amongst Fortune 500 companies, AAA kind of companies.
I was convinced that all our PPA holders were credit worthy. In fact, in my opinion, it's probably the most credit worthy set of circumstances that I've ever had.
So they say, we are interested to sign a MOU. Yes, we want to back you up. But at least showcase a small project. Show that whatever you're saying, you're doing it. So say, give me a 50 megawatt and show other 100 megawatt alone I'll buy. You don't need any other off-taker. That's the kind of interest.
Wherever I go in Rajasthan, whenever I talk to an industry or a business person, it's almost always the same message, which is I can expand my business if I could only have reliable power, which I hear over and over again is more important to them than the cost of the power. It's a very binary issue.
There is a power cut. You will not get power for say 3 days now. You will not get power for 1 day, or you will not get power every day for say 6 hours. Then how the industry will survive? Most of the villages are suffering around the year by the power cut. Any big industry is scared in coming to Rajasthan. Many of the people in Rajasthan are waiting and looking for us because I am holding so many positions in the association. I am General Secretary of United Council of Rajasthan Industries. It's a council which represents all industries associations of Rajasthan. Then everybody is looking that if he gets power and he gets satisfied, then we will also come forward.
Right now, we are thinking it's a minimum first phase 250 megawatt project. And because of that, we've acquired 1,500 acres of land.
Rajasthan has a huge potential. Even in the MNRE and the studies with Denise has estimated a capacity of around 43 gigawatts in Rajasthan only.
This is the land we have identified for this upcoming projects. This site is the eastern side and is the west side, and right now this sun is in south portion, so we can see that from south there is no obstacle for the sunlights we can see, and there is no big tree or big building, nothing is there, so that can make a obstacle for the solar project. And land also completely flat, just you can remove the vegetation and start the work any day without any doing much leveling or any other kind of civil work, just dozing and this vegetation clearance, and immediately we can start the
all the three parcels, the third one, the Raila, no change in topographical conditions. There's no issue of environment, nothing of pollution, no migratory birds. A state which has a good network of roads, you got good rail infrastructure, and very near to the port. I mean, nothing could be better.
Project is more than 25 megawatt. We supposed to take it on 132 kV system, transmission system, and transmission system is if let's say 5 to 6 kilometer, it will take around 2.5 to 3 months to get it ready from the plant to the off takers, and where this power is received by the discoms or transmission utilities.
We connect developers to our substations, and then this is connected with grid, and then can be evacuated to any point for third party agreement.
This is of our evacuation point. Bay is ready. All material equipments has been already put upon. Any day, any time we can bring our line and connect and start the power evacuation here. And these are the load service centers. One, this big transformer, 10 megawatt can be evacuated through this. Another 20 megawatt is there. Then 20 megawatt can be evacuated through this. Balance will go on this double circuit line. That this tower you can take. This tower from this balance power will go back to the government, and this 30 megawatt can be consumed here locally itself only. So evacuation is not a problem. Big substation, it can handle the existing capacity as well as the upcoming capacity of 200 megawatt can be installed or evacuate this substation.
The project is shovel ready. We have credit-worthy PPAs. We have an interconnect. The DISCOM has all the facilities ready to accept our power. The land has been acquired. The issue now is financing and getting the project to the next step. The financing is required in order to get the Rajasthan Renewable Energy Corporation's permit, or the RREC permit, and they will not issue that till you have proof of financing.
For the registration, we have a minimum of 50,000 per megawatt registration per megawatt, and it is just capped till 30 lakhs per project. So we used to have it a manual process that used to take 4 to 5 days, but we have again trying to make it online from 1st of April. So it will again short it down to 1 or 2 days maximum.
I set my own agendas and own targets. They could be challenging. People could laugh. I don't have a single megawatt as of now on the ground, but I have 280 megawatts of MOUs. I've got more than 90 megawatts of power purchase agreements. Again, I will say I don't have a first project on the ground. The moment my first project is on the ground, I will have at least 4 projects completed within a span of 8 to 10 months. I guarantee that.
Our project is shovel ready. We're ready to break ground. All we need is the financing.